Getting Darci Lynne as America's Got Talent winner was an incredible experience, isn't it? Upon entering the stage, her mesmerizing singing and ventriloquism immediately captivated the audience. Darci Lynne may have been fantastic on America's Got Talent, but the judges just got a taste of her talent. Along with her adorable dolls and timid stage grins, we get a glimpse into her true life in this film. In this narrative, characters must face the inevitable cycle of life and death while also making difficult choices and adjusting to new circumstances. At the age of 13, Darci Lynne had absolutely no joy. Her exceptional acting abilities are the result of her extensive training in the craft. She frequently resorted to late-night rehearsal sessions while her pals went out and had fun. Her extreme shyness and fear of public speaking did not stop her from continuing. Thanks to her family's encouragement, she overcame her fear of public speaking, taking advantage of her shortcomings. Can you tell me what made her brave enough to perform on the world's most renowned stage? It all started when this Oklahoma City kid, who was just 12 years old, performed on the internationally renowned talent program America's Got Talent. With a mixture of delight and anxiety, she hugged her pet rabbit, Petunia, close while smiling sweetly and staring into the judges' eyes. The judges and audience were enthralled as the music started and Darci's voice resounded throughout the hall. It was heartwarming to see the young child and her doll dance. Chief Justice Melby sounded the golden buzzer to close the performance, drawing a resounding round of applause from the audience. In the hearts of millions, Darci was whisked away to live performances with a shower of golden glitter. Upstage, Darci would put up a new puppet performance every week, complete with ventriloquism, singing, and humor. Whether it was the elderly Edna or the little Oscar, Darci brilliantly brought each character to life. The things she accomplished with her presentations went beyond mere comedy. Her hypnotic performances demonstrated her immense talent. Anxieties and excitement filled the air the night before the big finish, which signified the conclusion of her journey. With the assistance of her faithful dolls, Darci put on a spectacular performance. Standing before the judges as they spoke was Darci, the tiny girl who had already won over millions of hearts. She radiated beauty and serenity. The 12th season of America's Got Talent culminated with his being announced as the champion. Darci became so overcome with emotion that she clung desperately to her toys while the audience applauded. She received more votes than any previous winner, became the youngest winner ever, and took home $1 million, all of which contributed to her rapid rise to fame. Because of her intelligence and determination, Dacquire was victorious. But she was test-ready at all times. The counsel she received from a reliable source aided her development. Having an established celebrity mentor a rising star is par for the course. Famous Hollywood director Shirley Temple and the Mickey Mouse Club's brilliant instructors taught Justin Timberlake a lot. Gary Owen was a mentor to Darci, just as he was to them, and she eventually became the formidable artist she is today. To ensure that her performances were flawless, he instructed her in all the necessary techniques for controlling the dolls with her voice. However, Gary's impact extended well beyond the realm of ventriloquism. He taught Darci the value of engaging with her viewers, monitoring their reactions, and adapting her show accordingly. He taught her how to elevate her performances beyond a mere demonstration of her abilities. He showed her the ropes of giving them life, comedy, and narrative. With his support, Darci gained the self-assurance and magnetic personality that helped her win America's Got Talent. Gary continued to assist Darci even after he had won the race. Throughout her cross-country tours, he remained Darci's instructor and director. How, therefore, did he end up being her guide? As a result of her parents' strong encouragement, Darci applied for the 2014 International Cinderella Scholarship Program when she was 10 years old. Her performance astounded the audience and her parents. She met the world-renowned ventriloquist and current top-team performer, Larissa Bonaquisti, after her victory. Bonaquisti instructed her on how to improve her behavior. Several evenings were devoted to training and self-education by Darci, so it's apparent that she absorbed those things. She quickly formed a strong bond with her first doll, Petunia Rabbit. They were a hilarious duo that delighted audiences at local gatherings and talent showcases. What piqued Darci's interest in the ventriloquist the most was his talent at relating to audiences, evoking laughter, and temporarily diverting their attention from their troubles. In order to overcome his shyness, Darci turned to ventriloquism. Empowered and liberated, she was accompanied by Petunia. The doll became a new means of self-expression for her. In order to earn first place, Darci put in an audition for Edmund's Got Talent and followed Bonacusti's recommendations for a month. Upon his arrival, Gary Owen beheld her. Because she was both technically proficient and genuinely passionate about her work, he thought Darci was unique. When he offered to be her guide, she eagerly accepted. Gary was Darci's instructor and guide, and he honed Darci's abilities with meticulous attention to detail, drawing on his extensive knowledge and experience. He instructed her in the intricate workings of ventriloquism as she practiced lip control. She mastered the art of making dolls talk and gave each one a distinct voice. While Darci was honing her performance in the hopes of winning America's Got Talent, Gary was both critical and supportive. Darci wasted little time going on to live performances following her victory on America's Got Talent. Bandmates Darci Lynne and friends live in the years embarked on a cross-country tour with her. Many folks had a good time on the trip, amassing a global fan base eager to see one of her live performances. Her performances were unique in the way they fused ventriloquism with humor in music. As she appeared on more talk programs and special occasions, her fame grew. Her Grand Ole Opry performances were among her several spectacular ones. A lot of people wanted her to share their stories and perform on TV. Vogue interviewed her, allowing her to spill the beans on her favorite bands, loves, and her infamous crush, all thanks to her endearing demeanor and incredible skill. On The Ellen Show, she discussed her ability, acceptance, life experiences, aspirations, and the tenacity that got her where she is now. The young star's story was recounted by Ellen and Darci, starting from her modest origins in Oklahoma. Everyone could see the genuine her because her humility and candor shone through. During the hectic Christmas season, she also began to make appearances on holiday shows, which brought joy to American households. Darci Lynne's My Hometown Christmas Special was one of her notable appearances. As she shared her Christmas customs and performed with her dolls, she transported the audience into her world. The unexpected appearance of famous artists and friends only contributed to the celebratory atmosphere of the concert. Darci undertook a wide variety of humanitarian activities, beyond only Christmas plays, since she wanted to help people. Her singing at benefit concerts was her way of giving back to organizations she cared about. She saw her concerts as a means to an end to utilize her popularity for good by encouraging viewers to contribute as they enjoyed themselves. Her compassion for others and belief in community were already strong before these occurrences, but they further strengthened her fan base's admiration for Darci. Darci has been actively engaging with her devoted fan base across various social media platforms. Her videos frequently feature live performances, cover versions of popular songs, and exclusive behind-the-scenes footage. There are occasions when she even gives debut performances of her unique tunes. By sharing these aspects of her creative life with her audience, she has established a personal connection with them. However, it isn't a picnic. Finding a happy medium between academic demands and professional advancement opportunities is challenging. It is especially important for a rising talent such as Darci Lynne. What Darci would face would be even worse, though. Identify the point of contention. Find out by continuing to watch. Before Darci began receiving her education at home in 8th grade, she was a typical student at Oklahoma's Deer Creek Middle School. Darci had to manage life's highs and lows just like any other student. In addition to the additional pressure of being seen by everyone around her before to beginning her self-study at home. In order to remain authentic despite her rising stardom, she had to find a way to compartmentalize her private and public life. Darci was resolute in her pursuit of academic success, notwithstanding the abundance of distractions and the boisterous atmosphere. You needed a lot of self-control and time management skills to juggle all of your activities, including practices, shows, and school. She often stayed up late to study or do her assignments in between episodes. Unfortunately, it became too much. The diagnosis of cancer came after Darci began experiencing health issues. The revelation startled everyone who knew and loved her, including her. In the midst of one of her most difficult battles, she had captivated millions with her vivacious and engaging personality. Cancer treatment was challenging. Surgery and medication were among Darci's methods of recovery. The mental and physical tolls were high, testing her determination. Despite Darci's struggles, his family was there for him every step of the way. They banded together to provide her with unwavering encouragement and support. Her 3 brothers, Nate, Dalton, and Nick, and her parents, Misty and Clark Farmer, were her greatest loves. Regardless of the circumstances, Darci's will to take action remained unwavering. For as long as her body would let, she continued doing ventriloquism and singing. She found solace and resilience in the theater and her loved ones. After months of therapy and an unending battle, Darci eventually received the news in July 2020. She could not have had cancer. Those closest to Darci, including her family and friends, must have felt the greatest sense of relief and joy at this development. It signified the closing of a terrifying chapter and the opening of a hopeful one. Since overcoming cancer, Darci has been extremely active with a plethora of initiatives and activities. Darci bravely took the lead in April 2022's A Cowgirl's Song, her first feature film. Her adaptability and willingness to attempt new things in the entertainment industry were on full display in this production, which catapulted her career. The positive feedback she received after her performance only served to highlight her numerous talents as an artist. From July to November of the same year, 2022, Darci embarked on her third tour, titled My Lips Are Sealed, Unless When They Aren't. Her incredible singing, charming antics, and one-of-a-kind ventriloquism technique were on full display during this tour. Each show's inventiveness and energy astounded audiences around the nation. Returning to America's Got Talent was also a triumph for Darci. As a renowned academic, rather than an active participant, she started off by playing on the AD beside her cherished Petunia doll, derived from Fantasy League. However, Darci surprised everyone by doing a solo concert using only her voice and guitar. This performance was her way of publicly declaring that she had matured and transformed into more than just the usual 12-year-old ventriloquist. With her newfound artistic confidence, she was eager to experiment. Your statement was powerful. In her journey, Darci has demonstrated a great deal of independence and a desire to explore new things. From her live performances to her social media, her music, and her return to previous stages, she never ceases to astonish and inspire. Her story exemplifies the need of never giving up, being resourceful, and seeking excellence at all times. Certainly, as Darci matures and gains wisdom, her light will continue to shine even brighter. Going above and above, she is now a source of inspiration for others. She was resolved to utilize her position to aid in the fight against cancer after overcoming it. The more Darci was open with her followers about her condition, the more she backed efforts to increase cancer awareness. She was involved in campaigns and activities to elevate awareness about the need of early cancer detection and to raise funds for cancer research. Her story touched many since she shared it with others who were going through the same things. Fundraising for cancer research was a top priority for Darci. She participated in awareness campaigns and performed at benefit concerts to draw attention to these concerns, utilizing her popularity and abilities to do so. She raised a lot of money for cancer research, which aided in finding a cure, all because of her efforts. The Oklahoma-based Toby Keith Foundation, which aids cancer patients' recovery, was a major backer of Darci's. Families coping with kids' cancer can find support through the foundation's OK Kids Chorale program. The late country music legend Toby Keith was its founder. A tremendous comfort at one of life's most difficult moments, families may rest easy knowing their children are secure while receiving care at our no-cost home. The Toby Keith and Friends Golf Classic in Norman, Oklahoma has been a beacon of positivity and generosity since its inception 20 years ago. While their ill children are receiving treatment, families may find solace at the OK Kids Chorale. Funds for it have been collected through a gala dinner, silent auction, and golf tournament, totaling millions of dollars. A recent announcement was made at the OK Kids Chorale's 20th anniversary celebration regarding the Toby Keith and Friends Golf Classic. This event will completely back the foundation's mission of providing free lodging to families whose children have been diagnosed with cancer. Throughout the evening of the event, heartfelt tributes were paid to Toby Keith, whose generosity and foresight enabled the foundation's endeavors. His kind demeanor permeated the entire gathering, even if he was absent in body. Making a meaningful remark was the night's highlight. Because the OK Kids Chorale would get 100% of the proceeds from the Toby Keith Friends Golf Classic, low-income families will always have access to their assistance. Their prior peak was over $3.1 million, which they exceeded on the event's 20th anniversary. If this money were spent, these families and kids would get the support they need. The evening was a smashing success because to Darci's moving performances and genuine enthusiasm for the subject. Anyone who spent time with her felt a sense of relief and renewed optimism. Darci continues to serve as an example to young cancer patients and advocates for the foundation's mission to create a nurturing environment for them. She visits hospitals to see sick children, spend time with them, and share her story of survival. When individuals were feeling low, her presence lifted their spirits and gave them hope that they might achieve their goals despite the obstacles. Following her intuition is also part of her plan. A couple of them are completely unrelated to her acting career. Darci once spoke to her admirers while conducting an interview for Vogue without stepping foot outside her apartment. Seeing what appeared to be a piano in the distance led me to believe that she could have been engaged in some other creative endeavor. Darci's talent for the piano has been evident from an early age. While she clumsily performed a piano tune, onlookers got a glimpse of this side of her. She clearly has a lot of practice time on the piano since her finger movements are so fluid. Although Darci initially gained fame as a talented ventriloquist, she soon became recognized for her other talents. Singing is the main focus of her presentations, and she harmonizes beautifully with her doll companion's vocals. In each duet, she demonstrated not just her incredible vocal range and control, but also her extraordinary command of the microphone. Captivating audiences. Because music is Darci's lifeblood, she often composes songs about it. When Darci isn't performing, you may find her composing heartfelt tunes on her trusty notepad. Her ability to compose music based on her experiences makes her songs both original and accessible. What a creative individual whose path is only starting does is shown. But singing isn't Darci's only talent. As a form of self-expression and recreation, she enjoys painting and drawing. One of her great strengths is her innate comic timing. The clever things she says and how she timing them in her ventriloquism shows have long been lauded, causing her audience to applaud and laugh out loud. Darci has mastered the art of humor, and her performances are sure to leave an impression on audiences. Speaking in front of an audience is another area where Darci has proven his mettle. The fact that she now feels comfortable and confident while speaking in front of an audience is evidence of her personal growth. No matter the setting, a charity function or a chat show, she effortlessly holds the attention of the audience. The fact that this woman is very charismatic and affable makes her one of a kind. To put it plainly, Darci is an exceptional artist whose abilities extend well beyond what was seen on America's Got Talent. Does anything else about her catch your eye?